going live here. Oh, okay, cool. So we're live. We had a little technical difficulties today, so we're going to go ahead and start fresh here today. I'm gonna help coordinate this today. Thank you for joining us here on the Think and Grow Rich Mindset Ministry. Um, I guess I'll be like a co-host, I guess, today. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna get right to it, reading. Actually, we'll go ahead and go through the line real quick. If everybody wants to just go ahead and say hello real quick, I'll go right through the way that it looks on my screen. Aaron, you're the first person. You want to just go ahead and say hello?
Good morning, everybody. Hello. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, everybody, for having me on the panel. Ready to think and grow rich.
All right, and then Amber, you're next on my screen. Say hello.
Hey everybody, yeah, thanks. It's Amber, and I'm just so happy that we're such a great, awesome group, and we're doing a team effort today. So thank you.
Awesome. And then Elvira, you're next on my screen.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks, Daniel. I'm just so delighted to be on this group. This is such a fabulous group. I'm just thrilled. Every Friday night, I can't wait for Saturday morning to wake up again. Thank you, guys.
All right, and then Markel.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Excited to be here. Glad we got everything straightened out so we can get back to it.
All right, and then Phil.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to be back. Persistence pays.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, all right. So what we're going to do is Markel's going to do the reading today, and we're going to go ahead and go to screen share in just a moment here. Let us know when you're ready, Markel, and we'll start it from there.
All right, I'm ready. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, sir. You're solid.
All right.
Awesome.
What the subconscious mind does is this. It inspires you. Excuse me. It inspires you through the faculty of the imagination with ideas, plans, and ways of attaining the objects of your goals. That is all that should be expected of your subconscious. The subconscious mind will not bring you a new car or a sum of money, but it may inspire you with the necessary ideas by which you may acquire either by your own effort. Organized, accurate thinking, in the sense in which we are using it, consists of persistent action in applying any combination of the 17 principles of this philosophy that the object of your thinking may require. Understand this truth and you will recognize why you are repeatedly advised to write out a clear, concise statement of your definite major purpose, your goals, and a plan of success. In addition, you have been advised to project a clear picture in the mind of accomplishing your goals and repeat the purpose and plan orally to yourself regularly. To be sure of attaining your goals, you must back them with controlled thought habits implemented by action. Such thought and action must be reinforced by applied faith. Ordinary thought is not enough to ensure success. Can I say that again? Ordinary thought is not enough to ensure success. Every hope and wish would become a reality if thought was sufficient. Thought must be well supported by emotional feeling, the most powerful of which is the emotion of faith. This necessary support may be given to thought by the application of the following 8 principles of this philosophy, one being a major definite purpose. Begin with this principle, then devise your goals. This will lead you to live out your purpose. To this, attach the motives that will drive you to success. 2, the mastermind alliance. Through the aid of this principle, you ally yourself with others who have the necessary education, skill, and experience to aid you in the attainment of your definite major purpose. 3, personal initiative. When you take action to carry out your plans for the attainment of your goals, you are applying this principle. 4, creative vision. This principle operates through the faculty of your imagination and helps you choose your mastermind alliance and develop ingenious plans for living out your purpose and attaining your goals. 5, self-discipline. You will need to apply self-discipline to ensure that every faculty of your mind will be organized and directed toward the attainment of your goals. This will also insulate from the impulse to quit when the going becomes difficult. 6, applied faith. Hope and self-reliance come to you through this principle. With them, you will be inspired to persist in continuous action and living out your definite major purpose. 7. Pleasing personality. This is the means whereby you influence others to cooperate with you and to sell your ideas or plans to other people. 8. Going the extra mile. Through the application of this principle, you create friendly allies and earn the right to ask for the cooperation of others, thus placing them in a position where they will want to cooperate with you. And you guys feel like that's a good place to stop and mastermind real quick?
Sure, man. Sure, absolutely.
All right.
So, all right, I'll go ahead and come to my screen, I guess, to talk first. So, yeah, man, that's I think it's great. I mean, I'm over here taking notes. You know, we got like eight main points in there. And you know, before I talk or pass the mic, anyone that's watching this on a recording today, you know, talk about, you know, accurate thinking and having a clear intention and a definite purpose. You know, we're all here working together, you know, that have this hangout every week. You know, I have a special you know, special thanks to Amber, you know, for putting this together. We all definitely appreciate her very much. And happy to take over and help you out today, Amber. Amber was having a little bit of technical difficulty, and anyone watching the recording doesn't know that. And it's you know, I just think it's cool because we, you know, we have you know, we're accurate thinkers here. We have a clear intention and a purpose to deliver a message today, to bring some value to the marketplace, to bring some value to each other's lives, to bring value to, you know, I'm here to bring value to my life. I'm a student, you know what I mean? You know, of the information of Napoleon Hill. I'm a practitioner of the information myself, and I'm very happy to be here. And you know, if you have a clear intention, a clear goal, and major definite purpose, clear vision, there ain't nothing that can stop you from doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And you know, today's kind of a good example about that, because we all wanted to make sure that we brought value, you know, to our followers today. We want to make sure we brought value to ourselves today. We want to make sure we brought value to each other today. And you know, we persisted and made sure it happened. So very cool. I'll go ahead and go in order, like from left to right on my screen. I think everybody's screen's like a little bit different. And I'll blue box you guys, so you guys can get feedback on whatever you like, the chapter, and we'll go ahead and you know, run that through a second, you know, second reading after everybody's done talking. But Aaron, you're first on my thing. You want to give us some of your feedback there, bud?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know, this week was kind of interesting because on top of the definite major purpose, you know, you really crystallize those thoughts, those smaller type goals in that big picture major purpose. And I kind of do the same thing on a small goal. You know, if I set, you know, my goal, like today we were going to put on this broadcast and had some problems, but we applied our faith and got through it. You know, this week I've kind of been focusing on doing some networking. I had a couple small goals to reach that were part of my definite major purpose, and it was just a matter of applying my faith and taking my action and not giving up, persisting to actually reach that goal. You know, and it really does, you know, you can apply these principles to any part of your life. You know, I was talking with a friend today. They're going to have a medical procedure, and their mindset was just all over the place. And you know, I just kind of explained some of these basic principles to them, and they got it. And they started applying some of these principles to their situation. And the whole transformation of their attitude was just incredible to watch. You know, rather than going into it with stress and worry, now they're going into it saying, okay, I'm ready for it, and I'll be able to overcome whatever happens. And, you know, it could be a medical issue. It could be a small goal in your business. It could be something in your personal life. You know, you can apply these principles to everything, and that's I don't want to take up the mic time, so let's hand it over to the next. Thank you.
Awesome. Good share, man. Good share. So, all right. So next here along the bottom, Amber, you're on next.
Okay, cool.
Amber, our queen bee. we love you, girl. We got your back.
I know, it's awesome. Thank you guys. So it's so funny because when we were having, well, I was having the technical difficulties. It was like so ridiculous, like across the board, like every malfunction happening was almost hilarious. Like I was just kind of really sitting here laughing. So I don't really get upset at too much like that, you know. It was pretty funny. And but the cool thing about it is like, and what I know because I have faith is that everything happens for a reason, you know. So there's like a bigger reason for even having technical difficulties. That seems like a little mundane thing maybe to somebody watching our hangout, you know. But to me, like the big picture of it is like because we're such a team, and it just gives everybody the opportunity to work as a team. And you know, I don't have to be at the controls of everything. It's like it's really fun. It's like to me, I just like love seeing it like open up like that. So I can appreciate the technical difficulties. And you know, everybody saves the day. Markel's reading, Danny's getting the link. You know, Elvira's covering with the happiness. You know, at the beginning she had all her great happiness stuff, and Phil's on standby, and Aaron's right there with some great stuff. And I don't know where Hakeem is. He looks like he's still in the club. He jumped off and on. He might be having technical difficulties too today, but it's all fun and games, and it's all great. So I'm loving it. But you know what's cool about not having to read too is I can take notes. Can you see my notes? I have notes too, and I don't ever take notes when I read. Right? Awesome. And but I have been struggling a little bit recently because with my definite major purpose, right? I was watching something. There's this guy named Brian Johnson on YouTube who does some really cool videos from his journal, and he has one. Markel, you've seen him, right? So he has one on finding your purpose in 5 seconds. And what he had said about actual purpose was plugging into the highest version of ourselves, which resonates a lot with me. You know, I don't know if that's really what Napoleon Hill means or not, but. So like that's the purpose, and then we have like a mission, you know, in life. And I kind of like do like a lot of small goals too. And I've had my vision board up on my wall and a bunch of goals that were big small goals, you know. And I've reached them. So now I'm at the point where I need to set a new goal, you know. And I know all those goals tie into my definite major purpose, you know. And so I'm in the process of I need to create a new vision board, because once I create the vision board, I can really see, you know, it gives me more of a clearer vision of what I want to do. And then, you know, in fact, I've been laying in bed like at night and in the morning trying to, because Napoleon Hill says, try to, you know, have a vision of the person that you want to become, that you want to be, you know. And I had that with my previous goals, but I reached them. So now I have to come up with a new vision of the person I want to imagine myself being, because that's what we need to focus on, you know, for the 30 minutes a day or 30 hours a day if you're like us and obsess on all this stuff, you know. But I'm coming up with a new creative vision of myself, and that's so I'm like right in the middle of that process. And I don't know if any of that has anything to do with accurate thinking, but I did write my notes down from what Markel read. You know, that was from that. And, it says we have to, and the motives behind it, too. I wrote that down. So I need to get clear on all of that, because unless we're clear on all of that, you know, no matter how much we read Think and Grow Rich, we're not going to, you know, go very far in achieving our goals. It's all in the vision in our minds of the person we want to become and the emotions that we put behind that with the motive. So I'm right in the middle of that. Actually, I feel like I'm more like at the beginning of it right now. So so glad that we're doing this, and thanks everybody. Love you guys. Back to you, Daniel.
Cool. I love it. Yeah, I've been saying lately a lot. I've been saying, you know, speaking into existence. You know, saying what we're going to do and just doing it. I mean, a lot of stuff in Think and Grow Rich. I mean, you know, we can study it all we want, but you know, what's the action steps? It's just like when people are building a business, it's like, I'm working so hard, and you're like, well, what are you doing though? Like, what are you doing? Are you doing income generating activities? You know what I mean? Like some people, work so much in their business, but they're not. What the problem is, they're not, implementing what they're doing. The best way to learn is through implementation. The best way to learn is through experience. So we become a product of ourselves. From what we've experienced, what we've gone through. Like nobody can take that away from us. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, people study Think and Grow Rich, and they study a lot of these books, and because they're not implementing what they're learning, they're not growing as fast as they could grow, right? So it's just like I heard Paul Hutchins on the Think and Grow Rich call. I heard him saying he was reading Think and Grow Rich and was like, all right, well, what am I supposed to be doing? I heard him on the call earlier this week saying, what am I supposed to be doing? And he was saying that he was like, all right, I know that I have to write my major definite purpose down, and I got to read that, and that's like an action step, right? Because if you're just reading stuff and you're not taking action, nothing's going to happen for you, right? So we have to figure out ways to take action if we want to grow and take it to the next level, right? So very, very powerful stuff. I'll go ahead and pass it on next. On the bottom here, Elvira, you're next on the bottom here, and then Hakeem, and then Phil. So Elvira, you want to go ahead and take it from here?
Okay, great. I'm just listening here, and I just go like, wow. It's just every week I hear something that I go like, yeah. I've heard it 100 times. I mean, I believe I've read the book Think and Grow Rich some 25 times, but that doesn't mean anything. I can read it, and just as Daniel said, you have to do something with it. You can read out your major definite purpose, and I can cite it completely by heart. And as I'm citing it, I just go like, okay, I gotta ingrain this more. I gotta take more action. And I'm very honest. I am not the biggest in writing it down, and I understand why I don't write it down. It goes very deep. It goes back to the really seeing it, really believing it for myself, really feeling I am worthy of it, and that's my challenge. So I'm getting better at it, and I have all these ideas, and I got some great ideas this week, and I'm executing on them. I haven't written them down, and they're towards the goal where I'm going. They're working with the business that I'm doing. It's giving the business a bit of a different twist, and I'm so excited about it because it was downloaded into me, and I learned to follow orders from God. And I go like, now, as I'm listening to Daniel, I go like, so now why don't I, and Amber with her small goals and her big goal, I go like, why don't I write that down? What is it? Because it is so important. I so understand it, because when you write it down, even with your pen writing it down is even more emotionally involved than typing it on the computer. And it ingrains even more when you do it like that. And I go all the time, I'm just going like, why don't I do that? And I just got to stop asking why I don't do that and just simply do it. But every time I come up, just what Daniel said, what are you doing? You're so flipping busy all day long. What are you doing? Well, every time I look at myself, I just find some excuse not to do something, and I go like, okay, so I've got it really pinned down now in a schedule on the day, on hourly basis almost, and I look at it and I just tick it off. And it's starting to work. And I go like, okay, I'm bringing in a certain kind of discipline that works for me, because this is where I choose to go. I choose to give not only meaning to my life, but as I give meaning to my life through all these principles, I'm an example for others. I become the radiant beacon, and I have a lamp hanging over my desk here, just a light bulb. And I become that light bulb. I lighten up literally in two ways the path for some other people. Because if I can do it, I am nothing different, nothing better or not better than anybody else. We can all do it. It's just a matter of choice. It's a matter of going like, you know what, I am sick and tired of where I am. I know I'm destined for more and better. I'm going to do this. And that's what you see with so many people who just make the decision, stick with it, and go for it. And this morning I saw again a post by Trisha, and I'd seen it before also years ago, and it keeps coming back, and now I'm writing it down more and ingraining it. The word abracadabra, you know, like abracadabra, that's what we hear from the magic. You know, that word actually means something. Abracadabra means, and Daniel said it, abracadabra means I'm speaking into existence. That's what abracadabra means. So that's the fun part of it, you know, just to give it a little bit of a nice, cute little spin. I don't know exactly. I think it's Aramaic, the language. So I go like, okay, I'm going to print that out and hang it on the wall right in front of me. The word faith, you know, I just keep bringing it back. The word faith, you know, I have all these little things, or maybe it should be the other way around. Faith, finding answers in the heart. You know, I learned that once, and it's just ingraining it, living it. It's actually being it. That's what it is. You're being it, the highest version, the grandest version of the highest vision that you have of yourself. That's what it's all about. And the principles of Napoleon Hill, because he wrote it down so succinctly, it's a guideline, and you know, just follow it. And if you don't do all the exercises and don't do everything, start doing at least some, more and more and more. Love it. Thank you, guys.
All right. You're awesome, Elvira.
Yes.
Awesome. So, okay, so next we're going to pass it down to Markel. Hakeem was in the middle the last time we were on. That's why I thought of him.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I just love being here, man. This is awesome, man. This is awesome, man. I just want to say, like, you know, I agree with all of you guys, basically. And Elvira, what you were saying about writing it down, I just got into the habit of doing that myself, because it really is more powerful, you know, to have it up here and then to see it out there at the same time. It make it just more powerful. And all we saying was basically like this, you know, that we all know that knowledge is not power. It's when you apply that knowledge that it was when it becomes something more powerful. And even in the beginning of the reading, he said that the subconscious mind will not bring you a new car or a sum of money. You know, you have to put in that necessary action to get it on your own, because just thinking about it won't bring it to you. And the reason why I love Napoleon Hill's work is because he gives you step-by-step instructions that has been proven throughout ages. Like, I'm 24. I don't know how long these principles been working, but I'm pretty sure they've been working since the beginning. So it's like, man, if you can take these 8 principles that's right here, and this one little chapter gives you 8 principles to do whatever you want, to get whatever you want. And what Amber was saying about these goals, you know, every time I grow and I learn something, so does my vision. Like, my vision grows. Soon as the more I grow, the more my vision grows, and the more I try to project it. Well, I don't try to do it. I do project that. And it's just all about, like what Daniel's saying, you know all of this stuff that you could be doing, but as far as doing it, that's a whole different story. You have to actually put that work in to get what you want, because we can daydream about it all day long. But what is that? That's just thinking about it on the surface level. But when you incorporate that and you start taking action on it, then you pulling yourself. It's like you grabbing the universe and you pulling yourself closer to it with each action that you take. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Man, that's fire, man. That's fire. I just quoted you on something you said. You said, just thinking about it won't bring it to you. I like that.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. And then also made me think of Will Smith's, you know, master our craft. We need to master our craft, because we all are our own craft. You know what I mean? So we have to, you know, master that craft, be a product of ourselves. And you know, if we want to be successful, we can rely on guidance, mentors, and counsel, but we have to become a product ourselves. We have to master our own craft, you know, so that we can fly correctly, right? So all right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to Markel. Do you want to pull up the next chapter? Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. I think you were getting ready to say something, weren't you?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because Markel was saying, you know, we can dream about it, daydream about it all we want, and you know, in the last thing we just read, it said that the strongest emotion to have behind that vision is faith. And because I can see myself daydreaming recently with no emotion, except for maybe a little desperation, which is the wrong emotion to put behind it. So, yeah. So I'm in the middle of that. So faith is the one. So thanks. I'm just going to mute out because I have noise here.
Cool, cool. So, all right. So we went through everybody. Does anybody have, Markel? Do you have the next page pulled up, bud?
Yes, sir. Y'all ready?
Okay, cool, man. This is working good today. Awesome. All right, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you, brother. Thanks.
All right. The combined application of these 8 principles, when they are supported by the principle of accurate thinking, constitutes organized thought of the highest order. There can be no combined application of these principles without intense, continuous, and persistent action in carrying out your goals and purpose. These principles generate power only through use. Moreover, their application must not be intermittent, but must become a controlled habit. You will know by your own state of mind when the habit has become properly fixed, for then you will experience a continuous feeling of enthusiasm about your plans, and you will be guided by a faith in your ability to achieve your objective. This enthusiasm will inspire you to action during every conscious moment, and it will inspire you through the subconscious section of your mind even while you sleep. You need not be surprised when your subconscious mind awakens you from sleep with an idea or a plan that will be useful in reaching your goals, for this has been the experience of every person who has acquired the art of accurate thinking. Work will no longer be drudgery, but it will be a pleasure in which you will eagerly engage. Strange circumstances will begin to happen outside of your mind that will give you hope and courage. People will begin to cooperate you in a more friendly spirit, and without you are requesting them to do so. Unexpected opportunities favorable to the attainment of your definite major purpose will spring up all around you. Your imagination will become keener and more alert. You will work longer hours with less fatigue. You will experience better health than you previously enjoyed. Gradually, the dark glasses of despair you may have been wearing will change their color. You will see the world around you through the crystal clear glasses of hope and faith, because you will have changed the entire tempo of vibration in your being. With this change will come an improvement in your financial, social, and occupational or professional status. Defeat may overtake you as it overtakes everyone at times, but you will use it as a challenge to greater effort, because you will have discovered that organized thought is an irresistible force that is capable of making stepping stones out of the stumbling blocks of the feet. How could anyone be permanently defeated who has acquired the ability to transmute every emotion, every feeling, every fear, and every worry into a positive driving force for the attainment of definite ends? This is precisely what organized thinking enables you to do. It organizes all the faculties of your mind and conditions them for the expression of faith. Thoughts are things, and it is significant that thought is the only power over which you have been given the right of complete control. The connotations of this philosophical statement are stupendous. It implies that the Creator intended the power of thought as the medium by which you may shape and control your lives. The implication is further substantiated, as we shall see when we reach the principle of universal law, by the Creator who provides us with a practical method by which thought may be organized, controlled, and directed to any desired end. Russell Conwell, a young minister, stopped to chat with the janitor of a church and picked up the inspiration of an idea from the conversation. He expressed the idea in a written lecture called Acres of Diamonds. He delivered this lecture more than 1,000 times and made it yield many millions of dollars, a portion of which was used to build Temple University of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There is no fixed price on the value of organized thinking, but there is no power in thought until it is organized and directed toward a definite end and implemented by intelligent action. You guys want me to keep going, or should we stop there?
You want to go a little further?
What do you guys think?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I would think there. I would stop there. It's a good place to stop because we want to mastermind about it, and it's 8:45 in my home here. So
Okay.
Okay, you're running a little timely. All right, cool. That's fine. So, cool guys. Let me get and go to. I'm like blue boxing everybody, making sure everything's coordinated here. So, but all right, cool. I'll get and pass the mic. My screen says Aaron, Amber, Elvire, and then Markel. So, Aaron, you want to give your feedback on that chapter, bud?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever it brought up.
That action thing is big. I've been thinking about this networking thing, thinking about, getting my business up and running, thinking about getting followers, and last week I decided, what, this is the week I'm going to take action. I'm going to have faith in this action because I know that this is going to happen. And, basically it was just taking some actions, learning a few new things, and like you're saying, actually applying these actions. I speak it into existence by telling myself this small goal that's going to bring me closer to my, ultimate purpose is going to happen because I'm going to take action. Then actually taking the action, watching it happen, that also increases that faith. That increases your understanding of your ability to turn a thought into reality by speaking abracadabra. You hear it in movies, you hear it in cartoons and whatnot, abracadabra, and things happen. And through that, speaking to yourself, you reinforce that your action is going to create results that you are setting for yourself. And you can't do one without the other. You can't think it and have faith without taking action. That action part is what turns that thought, that motion. You move on that thought, and that thought becomes manifest in your life, not by thought alone, but by applied faith, and of course, my favorite, taking action. So, just going back last week, the definite major purpose of mine is a pretty lofty goal. To become, like Elvira was saying, you want to become a light, and you want to spread that light on everyone you come across. And that process of becoming light and sharing light, it again stems from the principles of thought, applying your faith with action. So I will hand the mic back over, Daniel. Thank you very much, and that's my input.
Awesome, brother. I love it, man. It seems like a lot of the talk today is it keeps on leading back to taking action. You know what I mean? And I love that because it's so important. I'm over here quoting Markel on Facebook and stuff like that, and talking about it on there. He's liking the comments and stuff. We're going back and forth as we speak. It's kind of cool. So so let's take action, folks. I'll go ahead and pass it to Amber, and mute myself out here. Go ahead, Amber.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, it's funny because Markel was reading and it said, we need to apply, which is the action part, the previous 8 principles, and so it just goes to show that, it's all cumulative, which makes me so grateful that we've been really studying this. We've spent, 2 to 3 weeks on some of these principles, really studying them, and I think, and it's not just that we read them, we're studying, we're masterminding, and then we're, I think the way that we apply, because sometimes it's hard to just consciously apply stuff, but what happens for me, and I don't know if it happens for you guys, probably does, but maybe we'll talk about a principle and work a principle on the weekend, and then during the week, things happen in our lives, or, we have experiences and opportunities to actually apply the principle that we worked on. So if we weren't doing this part of it, we'd kind of just be flying blind through the rest of the week, without a principle to apply, which is the action part, and they accumulate. So, instead of just being able to apply one principle, we're able to, we know the definite major purpose, we're applying, we're consciously thinking about that vision that we need to focus on. And then we have, our Mastermind Alliance here, and I'm always on the lookout for other alliances to form, like in my business opportunities, and then, so forth and so on through the rest of the principles. So that makes me so grateful for what we have right here. It's like a special study group. And I had someone who wanted to join the Hangout today, someone who's in our market, and I just asked her if she had watched any of the previous ones, and she hadn't had a chance to. And I said, well, it'd be best for you to really watch those, because that's how you're going to get the most, not just value, but be able to apply it to your own life. So we can talk about that on later. And then it mentioned organized thought, which we actually will do after this one. We'll do organized thought. That's the next principle that we'll do. So, and then the other thing is, it talked about like waking up in the middle of the night with an idea, that our subconscious mind, which is what Napoleon Hill did to get the title for Think and Grow Rich. He said, I demand that you give me a $1 million title, and he woke up at 2 in the morning with Think and Grow Rich in his head, and that's so awesome. And so I command my subconscious mind. I have been doing that, and I don't know if I've received the idea and just didn't see it, or if it's still coming, but I'm trying it. I need $1 million. No, I demand that you give me, or reveal to me $1 million idea, subconscious mind. But it does work with healing too. I did heal my foot. Remember, my left foot, Elvira, was hurting forever and ever. And I totally demanded that my subconscious mind heal my left foot, and it did, and it still does. And once in a while I'll come back and I'll yell at it again, and it'll heal it. So anyways, that's all for me. Thank you.
Awesome. I love that. Like just demanding. It's awesome. I heard you say that little story on the Think and Grow Rich call too, Amber. I heard the replay on that. That's pretty cool. So so we're gonna go to Elvira next, and then Markel. Elvira, you want to get and take it?
Yes, thank you so much, Daniel. Amber, just a suggestion. Don't yell at your food. Just love it. Just be nice, because you're so blessed to have that food. Honest to be. So love it and bless it and talk with it in your meditation. We think this is strange, but you know what? When you look into the more in the Eastern philosophies and the Eastern meditations, that's what it is. And I have learned that also. Edgar Cayce talks about that as well. Just. Boy, it's a part of you, so communicate with it, ask what it is. And just to get back, ask and it is given. Doesn't it say so in the Bible? And, you just ask the universe, and you command it, you command it, and then you expect it. That's what I learned from Bob Proctor. You can set out all your stuff, put it all, abracadabra. If you don't expect it, expecting, he said, I don't know if it's his or whoever, expecting is like you throw out your angle and you start to reel it in. That is expecting, because if you don't reel it in, it's going to stay out there. Beautiful. It's going to hang out there. So these are all these little things. And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but I have been over this 100 times. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time before it just sinks in. I mean, I have been intensely on this path for over 7 years, and I've been really daily working on it. And certain things are just starting to fall into place because I am loving myself more. I am allowing myself to truly become the person I'm destined to be, that the person I chose to be. So it's all these little things, and action. Yes, Erin, it's so important. I was just very frustrated over the last couple of weeks about my business. I was doing stuff that my sponsors tell me to do in order to get my business going, and I didn't harmonize with it. And in the beginning I did, and I went like, nah, that's not really doing the trick for me. So I just kept looking to do something different, to find out a way to do it differently, and I just was frustrated, and I know I had to take action. So all of a sudden I got this tiny idea just zipping through me. I went like, that's it, That's it. So I took the action. I started to dish out the idea. I'm getting so excited about it. I did the first few steps. Guess what? More ideas are coming in, and I can see the whole picture now unfolding this whole weekend. What I did also is, I have to say, I stepped back from my business for about 4 or 5 days. I didn't want to do anything. I did some stuff, but not actually going out and prospecting and that sort of stuff. I allowed myself to step back, take the action that I just, I needed to regroup myself within myself, had some contact with some people, but was not on Facebook all the time. I was not doing prospecting all the time. I went like, no. I've got to take the pressure off of performing. I can take the action steps without performing to the outside. So I just needed to do that, and it's amazing. Even last night, I bumped into a little bit of a wall, and we were pumping gas, and my husband and I was sitting there, and I closed my eyes, and I said, come on, help me further. And it came. I went like, oh, you must be kidding me. This is so exciting. You got to understand that I have not used the word God until 4 years ago. So I come from quite a different world, being, okay, I'm 64, so for the first 60 years of my life, I have never, ever done anything with that. Wasn't raised in it, didn't know anything about it, was unaware of it. So I am so excited. I'm just like a kid in a candy store, and I'm a candy maker. So it's exciting when you take the action, when you do the things, how much more is coming, and then ask and say like, okay, so what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? It's just like a kid, Daniel, you have small kids, like, can I have an ice cream? Can I have an ice cream? And it comes. It's so exciting. So you can see I'm a little bit excited about it all. So I'm good. I'm really good. And I love you all for listening and for sharing your fantastic thoughts, which, you know what? Everything that all of you say just triggers something in me and just, keeps my accurate thinking alert, keeps it fresh, keeps it on the cutting edge, and I'm so excited about that. So I am so grateful, Amber, to you and to Daniel, Daniel's just an amazing source, just as all of us are. And when I look at Markel, I just go like, I can't believe this, 24, and oh my God, I'm so excited for you. So thank you all. I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that you're strengthening your faith too. That's really cool. I know we keep these calls generic and as far as religion, but just as far as faith in general. I mean, I think it applies to all religion anyway. And really cool. I have really good faith myself. So very, very cool. So okay, so we'll go ahead and pass it down to my man Markel, the 24-year-old wise man.
Yes, sir. Man, this is like the best hangout right now. Like, we had technical difficulty earlier, but we just came back so much better. We cracking jokes in the chat box and things like that. But, man, I want to read something that gave me chill bumps when I was reading. It says that you will know by your own state of mind when the habit has become properly fixed, for then you will experience a continuous feeling of enthusiasm about your plans, and you will be guided by a faith in your ability to achieve your objective. Like, wow, like, man, it's crazy because it's like life so far, it's so easy right now. It's like sometimes I feel like it's cheating. Is that like, I don't know why, but it's like it became so easy. Alvira, this is what I got right here. I got something like that too. I keep it by me every day, all day. I just look at it every time I wake up before I go to sleep. It's crazy. It's not even crazy. It's amazing. Actually, like, I really just changed my whole entire life in the course of about 6 to 7 months by continuously reading this and applying this, because the first 3 months, it was all up here on the conscious level. But the more I kept doing it and the more I kept doing it, it was like, how could you not apply some of it in your own life? At first, like, it started off with me like, this can't be real. Like, I can just change my way of thinking and really change. I didn't really believe that at first, and it took me to continuously stay involved with this is when it actually clicked in my mind. And when it clicked in my mind, it clicked everywhere else. It's like I've been getting all type of opportunities, all type of new people been coming into my life. You guys, for example, like, I'm sitting here with some millionaire mindset peoples right now. You know, this is, I used to call it crazy, but now it's not even crazy. It's like life's supposed to be like this, you know? A lot of people say, like, life is hard and life's supposed to, no, it will be if that's what you believe. But I changed my beliefs. It's like, it's effortless now. I promise you, it's like, I feel like it's cheating, man. And that's what I got. That's what I got.
That's awesome, Markel. Do me a favor, man, and hold that thing up again. I'm gonna take a little picture of you real quick with that, man. You keep that for your marketing, man. That's real talk, man. There you go. Cool, cool. Looks like somebody took it, right? So, all right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to. We'll go ahead and take it. We're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back to Amber first for closing thoughts, because she's the Think and Grow Rich mindset ministress here. And you know, she put this together. We're all I wouldn't say lucky, just because I really don't like that word, but we're all very fortunate, I'll say, you know, to be here with Amber and for Amber to you know, to have us all here together. So go ahead, Amber. You want to share some closing thoughts?
Okay, sure. I know my mindset ministry. That's pretty silly, isn't it? It's better than mindset dominatrix.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, some people think it might have to do with religion, but it doesn't. You know, it's just that we're carrying a message about positive mindset, and that's what we are. A ministry delivers a message, and that's what we're doing. And has nothing to do with religion whatsoever, but it's spiritual, that's for sure. You know. Anyways, so it's been great, and I'm just loving actually all of us doing this together as a team. We just are, we're blessed, is what, you know, blessed, fortunate, it's all great. I don't like the word lucky either. Hey, baby. There's Daniel's baby. So, you know, for those of you that are watching, we want to invite you to hook up with any of us on Facebook if you need some extra mindset coaching, or maybe you need some coaching in your internet marketing world. There's some major skill sets going on here in both of those categories. So, you know, you have Daniel McCall, Markel Thompson, Elvira Smith, Aaron Riggs. I'm Amber DeBevick. We have Hakeem Alexander and Phil McGarvey, who dropped off from technical issues too. And you can find any of these people, any of us on Facebook. We do coaching for, you know, mindset, coaching for internet marketing. Just hit us up. Start talking with us. We'd be happy to point you in the right direction. And share this link, share this with your friends, because this kind of information can benefit everybody. If everybody who needed it watched it, you know, the site would crash. So it's only for those who are ready to hear it. So until next week at 10:30 a.m. next Saturday, we will continue with our accurate thinking, and we'll hopefully wrap that up. And we'll hope you join us then. So until then, bye for now.
Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, little man.
Nice.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.